The strongest women in the world now set to compete to find out who ranks the number 1, 2, and 3. On the right of our screens from the USA, we have Sarah Robles, one of 2 US athletes here, battling it out today. The 2021 world champion, Young-hee from Korea, again competing with one of her teammates also. But before we get there, it's the most dominant weightlifter on the planet in terms of how far she is above her competitors. It's the Olympic champion, Wenwen. Next up, Hye-jeong from Korea, the now stronger and younger of the 2 Korean athletes. The, I suppose you can say, relative newcomer, despite her incredibly impressive numbers. From the USA, Theissen-Lappen, looking today to move ahead of Sarah Robles. Emily Campbell from Great Britain, the Olympic silver medalist, multiple-time European champion. From Ecuador, Lizeth Cabezas. From Egypt, we have Halima Abbas. Then our final athlete from Samoa, Luniara Sipaya. Now we have Luniara Sipaya from Samoa, 105 kilos for her opening attempt. The most we've seen from her is 110 kilos from the Australian Open 3 years ago. She's been competing for a long time, since 2010 internationally.
Oh, very
that
strong.
Easy.
Little forward, little swing, but
yeah,
a lot of power.
Yeah, the Samoan team getting stronger and stronger. Their 102 kilo athlete, Don Opolegi, very, very capable lifter also. You can see him in the back room actually there with Sipaya.
So this is a little bit smaller session now, obviously, with Campbell out. It's only going to be 8 athletes, so this will move pretty rapidly.
Yeah, I'll keep reminding throughout the session as to why Emily's not competing, just for those who are only just joining us. But quick reminder now, she just felt a little bit of a tweak in her back whilst back squatting 140 kilos about a week and a half ago, right before flying out here. And because she's already ranked so highly and guaranteed a spot at the Olympic Games, she just felt like it was probably not a wise idea to push it too much. And that's the interesting thing about this new Olympic qualifying procedure. To compete, you essentially just have to weigh in. You don't have to actually lift anything.
Yeah, especially those athletes that have already moved themselves so high on the list as far as Olympic qualification goes are just going to be less likely to try and push anything. There's no need. You know, the world medals are obviously important. People are going to fight for those, but if it means, you know, world medal and possibly injury, it's just not going to be worth the injury. Yeah. So Sipaya still a lifter. She bumped to 110 now. She is. She has 1 minute left. There she is.
After this lift, she should then get a little bit of time to rest. This will equal her personal best, though. So if she makes it, she's going to be looking to break new ground in her international career after 13 years of doing it. The heaviest openers written in are, of course, 130 for Wenwen. That will probably even go up. Hye-jeong, 120. Her teammate, 115. And then the two US lifters, 117 and 112 for Robles and Mary.
Oh, well, very good.
Better than the opener, right?
Yeah. Brought that in closer.
So strong.
Yeah, she has a lot of power. You could see her improve her technique a bit and be snatching in that mid-120s, I imagine.
Well, you know, we spoke about this yesterday. As the weight categories go up and the size of the athlete increases, oftentimes the bar path seems to change just a little bit, goes forward a bit off the floor. You know, there's just more body to get around, and then sometimes bring it back in, not quite as easy. But I mean, you can see the ample power. If she does end up missing at any point, it probably is going to be because of that forward bar travel.
Yeah.
But looking very strong and competent so far.
There's Ecuador's Lisseth Cabezas.
111. Very slow and steady approach to the bar.
You know, we see athletes a little bit different demeanor. Here she is, checking the clock one more time before getting set. Wow, a lot of speed there. That was impressive.
An incredibly narrow grip.
Yeah.
For this category.
You know, what looked like her getting set, I mean, she just grabbed that bar, rolled it towards her, and dropped down. She didn't want to waste any time finding that start position.
Yeah, the change in pace like no other.
Yeah,
in terms of approach speed and then pull under speed. Look at that.
Yeah.
So quick.
So, Lappen is the lifter here at 112.
I wonder if she might go up.
I think so. We saw her in the training hall snatch up to
124.
124.
It was a personal best.
Yeah, that would be a bit hard to get there from 112. Yep, I think we see her bump up to 15 there on the scoreboard.
And that feels about right, because I don't believe she's ever snatched 120 in competition.
No.
And so, and she knows that she's the more dominant of the two US lifters in the clean and jerk. You know, 163 or 4, I believe, is what she's made. I'll just confirm that. But she needs to just stay within 5 kilos, really, of Sarah.
Yeah. You know, Lappen's game is really going to be in the snatch. She has a big clean and jerk. If she can do very well, every single kilo she puts on that snatch is going to really put pressure on Robles.
Okay, so Sapina, 140, and this is a massive lift here for her. She won her last competition. She's been first or second at her last 3. .157 she also made in the clean and jerk most recently, which I believe is a, well, it definitely is her best ever. And that's getting into that, you know, once you're in that 160 range, you suddenly become a medal contender in the clean and jerk. There aren't too many athletes getting up there these days. Maybe 4 or 5 internationally capable of it. Oh, yeah. So close.
Just like you said, a little bit too forward. Came around her knees off the floor and just stayed out away from her thigh. So 15 now will go on the bar. This brings out Young-hee, Korea. So the two Koreans are also in a bit of a battle as well. Obviously, Sun, the less skilled snatcher. Her counterpart.
I was going to say the other way around. Well, historically.
Yeah.
Sun Young-hee's just a bit older now, a little bit more beaten up. And Park Hye-jeong is just, has a level of strength that is incomparable. But I think even compared to Lee Wenwen, she's a physically stronger person.
Yeah.
Certainly in the squat. So here's Sun Young-hee. That's comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, that experience and skill just comes through.
Well, her best internationally, 123. Very good athlete. And then, of course, in the clean and jerk, 169 she made at the Asian Championships this year. A kilo more than her teammate Park Hye-jeong, but Park had snatched 127. I mean, if you're in the high 120s and the high 160s, you know, there's only one other person in the world who's going to beat you.
Yeah.
And so if any of these athletes can get over 125 and 165, it has to be a silver medal.
Yeah, I would say that's probably very, very true. 125 number. Yeah. 125 snatch is going to be
probably silver.
That mark, yeah. Cabezas goes up to 16 now, 5 kilo jump.
Yeah, 120 her best in the World Championships last year. And then 155 in the clean and jerk, 275 total.
Watch how quickly she just starts pulling right away. Rolls it in. There she is.
Oh,
Wow.
it's just in front, but she's got it.
Looking
Very
for the
impressive.
lights. Yep,
Yeah,
three
yeah.
lights.
Her
Wow.
lockout's great.
Yeah.
Even as she stood up to chase that one out, her right foot slipped across the ground, but she got up with it.
Really fast lifter. I mean, under that bar, she moves under so well, so quickly. Just barely cut that one a little bit, left it forward. So this is interesting. Lappen and Robles here, both at 17, but Robles is coming out for 17.
Right.
This may be the first time in Robles' career that another U.S. super is opening the snatch after her. Albeit at the same weight, but still. Oh, very solid.
She's so powerful. She pulls that bar just immensely high.
Wow. You know, she's playing a solid game here.
Well, she's the second best snatcher, really, in terms of what she has made in her career. Even most recently in Cuba, back in June, she snatched 126 kilos. At the World Championships last year, it was 127. So I wouldn't be surprised if she takes 4 to 5 kilo jumps on every lift here.
Yeah. So here is...
This is massive.
The up-and-coming super from the U.S. 117. This is a very heavy opener for her.
Well, this is only Mary's 5th international competition. It's her first World Championships. Just scooted her feet and hips back there, out of the way.
Yeah, left that a little forward. Didn't quite turn it over all the way, even though she moved back. The bar didn't come with her.
No. It wasn't that it looked too heavy, but, you know, there's a massive difference when you see Mary and Robles snatching or pulling at 117. Sarah Robles looks certainly like the stronger of the two athletes.
Yeah.
You know, the speed on the bar, the height that she pulls it. But then you get to the clean and jerks, and suddenly Mary Theissen-Lappen just becomes, you know, an absolute animal in the lift.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting battle as well. Those two pit against each other because of that. You know, one specialist in one lift, one specialist in the other.
So Park Hye-jeong, 115 in the back room, looking
like a toy,
worryingly comfortable for her. Well, you know, we saw a video of Park Hye-jeong back squatting a certain weight, Max. To see if you'd even posit a guess as to what she might have been back squatting back home.
It's got to have been well over 200 kilos.
Oh, I mean, keep going.
250.
Up.
Is it 270?
It's more. She did a 280.
280?
Yeah.
Good Lord. That is so heavy.
Having watched Lee Wenwen train and squat heavily, I do not believe that Lee Wenwen can do that.
Yeah, that's exceptionally strong. I mean, that may be one of 5 women on this planet that could do that lift. 117. Better second. Let's see for the lights here. That left arm looked a little slow on the lock. Yes,
3 whites. There we go. Yep. Relief for Mary and you know, her coach Will Fleming.
You know, it's a heavy opener, and the unfortunate risk there is that it took her 2 attempts to make it. So she only has 1 left, but
well, 120 seems like the weight that she's going to have to go for. It's a personal best internationally for her, and she's going to need that based on what we're seeing from that opening attempt of Robles.
Yeah, depending on that snatch, whatever she makes on the 3rd, that'll really, I mean, basically influence every decision she makes in the clean and jerk, because her goal here would be to get ahead of Robles on the list. She's
120 we've seen as a declared weight there.
Yeah. So 5 athletes now asking for 120 kilos. The first would be Park. We'll see if she comes out for that. We also have Egypt here as
Yeah,
well.
don't
Halima
forget about
Abbas.
Abbas looking very good at the moment.
Yeah, here's Park.
Progressing. Now, Park really entered the senior international screen this last year and has just been so dominant, getting better and better as she ages. She's still very young. A real force to be reckoned with. Not only is she strong, but she's moving better and better every competition.
Oh, so easy.
Yeah.
That is extraordinary. And very smooth as well.
Very smooth, yeah. She's so solid in the catch. There's no wobbling. Not even particularly fast under.
Yeah, just a really all-around, very solid lift. You know, as she taps into that strength she has, we'll see her total come up quite a bit, I imagine.
Well, you know, 180 block cleans we've seen from her. Of course, she rockets out of the clean with them.
Yeah.
So here's Halima Abbas. Egypt's been lifting very, very well over this competition. You know, we've seen 2 world champions already out of Egypt, plus another medal lighter in the sessions. 122 is her best.
This is a big opener then.
Yep, this is massive for her. Wow, she pulls it so fast off the floor.
You know, that pull
chest
off the
drops,
ground,
hips come up.
It looks like she's not able to get into a great position to start pulling. Her chest is down, head is down, almost a little too far forward. She rips it off the ground, hoping to build enough speed to carry it through on the top, but that also lends itself to falling forward. The 120 stays there. Robles will be the lifter.
Yeah, a little bit tougher for some of the larger athletes to get tight in that bottom position. You know, you see some of the more experienced athletes, they will roll the bar in towards them as their way of getting set and feeling tight. And then as that bar gets in closer and closer, it's almost like it winds them up really tightly. And then right as the bar is about to touch their shins, they start to initiate that push through the floor to start the pull.
Yeah, do you remember how Badad Salimi used to start his snatches?
Right.
He would get set deep into a squat, then lift the bar off the ground a few inches, then drop back down and go. Maybe that was his way of sort of gaining as much tightness as he could.
Yeah.
He was an okay snatcher as well.
Decent.
Yeah.
Well, he's here. I just saw him in the training hall.
Yeah, he's been around. Very nice guy.
Very nice.
So he's got a kind of a smile on his face when he sees us.
Not so friendly to referees.
Certainly not a fan of the press out rule.
No.
120, Boss, second attempt. Left the first one forward. Really watch how she gets set off the floor here.
Yeah, she'll have to keep her chest up in the pull.
That was better.
Way better.
There it is.
She has a huge extension, throws her shoulders back behind the bar, but makes it work.
So 20 again now. This would bring out Ayovi Cabezas from Ecuador. She made 111, made 116. Taking this 20 would be pretty solid for her.
So in the back room, the Simone coaches having what's been described as a picnic. They've brought out a bit of a spread. Which is, I don't think Zapaya's doing that. I think she's focused in on the competition, but I think the coaches are getting some food in.
Yeah. You know, no one really speaks about the importance of the coach's nutrition at these competitions. It's, you know, they're working very hard.
Well, I think it becomes more of an issue at national competitions for the coaches, where, you know, sometimes at the British Championships, I've seen, you know, Stu Martin, who is head coach here. You know, I've seen him coaching 3 athletes in a session, 5 sessions back to back.
Yeah.
Okay, here's Sun Young-hee. 6 kilo jump. Her opening attempt did look good. But she knows she's got to get on the board because she wants to get a medal, but then she needs big jumps if she wants to move ahead of her teammates. Big total from Jinju.
Oh,
Oh, get up. Oh.
That little two-step there really cost her. She was moving backwards and then a little stumble, and that unlocked the arms. Ugh.
That couldn't have been any closer. Yeah, as she stood up, she doesn't have a great lockout, so as she stands, she increases the force that's basically going through that elbow. And just a bit too much.
You know,
I think she's okay.
120 here. The first athlete to make 120 is going to be in a really good spot because, you know.
Well, Abbas made 120.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, 121. This 121 here would be a great position. You know, it doesn't necessarily guarantee anything, but it shores you up as being in the lead for now because the likelihood of everybody making a third is certainly not 100%.
Well, it tends to be that if you don't snatch over 120, you won't medal at a world championships.
Oh, it's forward. Yeah. Yeah, you can see right now 21 is kind of stopping a few athletes in the tracks here. So, Lisseth now at 121. She was successful at 111, 116. Take another 5 kilo jump to 21.
It's a personal best. It's a kilo more than she made at the last World Championships. Never been over 120 before.
Oh, wow. Beautiful lift. Wow.
That's the one. It's the best of all three. And such support in the crowd behind us. We could hear her teammates yelling. Well, she's in a great spot because she does rank in the top 10.
Yeah.
And so does Ecuador rank in the 71 and 81 kilo women, but nowhere else. So she's not really worried about how high up in the top 10 she needs to be because there's really only 3 Ecuadorian women anyway.
Well, she's fighting for medals here, potentially.
Yeah, she's putting up a great show. Here's Mary. When we spoke to her in the training hall, she was telling me all about her personal records that she's hit in this training cycle. A 213 back squat triple, 124 snatch record that we filmed her making, a 183 behind the neck jerk.
Wow.
Very, very strong, very powerful. Ex-thrower.
This lift is so critical for her.
She's her elbow.
She's caught it. We'll see if the elbow holds.
It's not going to hold.
Yeah. 2 reds.
They're playing the challenge card. I can see Mike Gatone.
Yeah, they're going to play that because she's got a strong clean and jerk, but they really need that if they want to move ahead.
You only get 1 challenge card, is that right, per competition? Knowing what's happened to Mary in the past and the clean and jerks being called for press outs, for wobbles, I wouldn't be wasting that here because that was too clear a press out. You know, Mike wasn't in an angle where he could see that left elbow, and I wonder if he ought to have waited and just said to her, do we challenge this one? Because this seems like a futile... Yeah, it's a no lift.
Yeah, they uphold that no lift. Well, she's still tied. She's still even with Robles here at 17, but she's going to be behind 4 kilos from Cabezas. So everyone moves to that 122 mark now. You know, potentially we see one of these athletes. This 122 could possibly be a medal. There's still plenty of athletes to exceed that, but a miss any heavier than this from Egypt or could cause this 22 to be a medal.
Yeah, Park Hye-jeong could be looking at 300 kilo total at this competition. But Young-hee needs this.
Yeah,
much better.
Very nice. You know, that unfortunate miss on her second probably cost her quite a bit here.
Yeah. Her turnover, it's almost like she rolls the bar once she's sort of under it, she rolls it back behind her head a little bit slower, but
yeah,
she does it so well. She's such a skilled lifter now.
Yeah, we don't see from some of these athletes quite that aggressive, explosive lockout that we see at some of the lighter classes.
I feel like Sarah Robles does a pretty good job of maintaining that speed, but you are right, you don't see it as much as a reliance on the strength that comes with this size.
Yeah, the bar is probably moving a lot faster. They're bigger athletes, they're taller, a little more velocity at the end of the pull, so they have a slight bit of luxury in the time they need to move under the weight.
Wenwen is at 125 kilos in the back room. Quick reminder for those of you who've just turned up, Emily Campbell from Great Britain not lifting. A little bit of soreness in her back during training this last week.
So this 123 would most likely give her a medal. Well, potentially give her a medal.
Yeah.
As long as she only have Robles to contend with here. Park has 2 more attempts, and obviously Wenwen hasn't opened yet. She was at 25 and bumped down to this 23, so she knows that very well. Well, yeah, big loop there. The bar is forward of her. So, one more lifter here at 23, and that is Robles. She also knows the significance of this lift. This lift would give her a medal in the snatch. To be successful at 23, successful at 123, Robles would more than likely, well, is definitely going to walk away with a medal in the snatch if she's successful here.
So just for those of you who want to know what Mary Theissen-Lappen is going to need in the clean and jerk to move ahead of Sarah Robles' best total from this Olympics, it's 166 would do it for her. Maybe a big personal best. That is, unless Sarah even beats it.
Yep. This locks in a medal for her. Wow, I did not expect that.
Yeah, we've seen that from Sarah a few times internationally.
Yeah, she looked so good at the 17, but then 21 was out in front, and then 23, not even an attempt to go under.
Well, she's way behind her best now.
Yep.
Yeah, 127 she made at the last World Championships.
That means that Young-hee is going to medal in the snatch.
Wow. Well, it's maybe as we thought that it would be China and the 2 Koreans, but I didn't think we'd see the Koreans getting ahead of Sarah so early.
Park Hye-jeong made 120 look so easy.
Don't forget, she is a junior still.
Second attempt, 124. Wow, so solid.
Yeah. And a little bit more speedy on that one.
Yeah, yep, that's definitely going to put her, I mean, assuming Wenwen makes a single snatch, Park is now going to be in silver in the snatch.
Yeah. I mean, Park's best snatch is 127. I wonder if she'll take a 4 kilo jump to 28 now.
Yeah, I mean, she really has no reason not to.
She's so strong in the clean and jerk.
Yeah. It would be a great opportunity for her to move that total up a bit, but also a personal record for herself. I imagine probably a national record, junior record in Korea.
Well, a national record for sure, I would have thought. 267, I feel I remember seeing Young-hee make at the Korean National Championships 2022. 2021, actually, I think it was.
Well, we know, I think...
No, 2022, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think that 24 might even... Well, no, 27, I imagine, is the record. I guess we don't even know the Korean records, but...
I think it's 27.
It's got to be 27. That's Park's biggest snatch so far.
Yeah, and Young-hee's...
Wow, she's going over that. 130.
Park Hye-jeong go 131, wow. I guess.
She's probably going to...
Maybe wants a medal.
That's wild.
You know?
But I guess, you know, she really wouldn't lose any positioning here as far as the world placing.
This would be so much fun to see Park Hye-jeong get over 130. We can hear Lee Wenwen getting ready to come out now at 130 kilos. The world record holder in the snatch, clean and jerk in total. And now with the recent ban of Tatiana Katarina, another ban that she just received last week, which removed her other lifts, Lee Wenwen is now officially the strongest weightlifter ever with her lifts of 148, 187. That total there, 335, the heaviest official total from any weightlifter. Oh,
behind.
We don't expect to see that.
That was
we
very surprising. I don't know if we've
never
seen that.
No, we've not.
Before.
No.
A huge loop, big swing there.
The only thing that I'm upset about with that is that I have no fear that she's not going to make it. It's just, you know, I had a feeling she was going to do 150 today. And now she can't. And then she's not going to take a 20-kilo jump, is she?
Yeah, that would be outrageous.
Her 140 in the training hall looked very, very good. She's never missed a opening snatch in her career. In fact, she's only ever missed a second attempt once.
Wow. That's surprising.
3 snatches she's ever missed.
Question is here, does she repeat the 130? Does she go for 31? 31 would force Park Hye-jeong out.
Well, I mean, yesterday we saw Sofia Kwanda fail to win despite being so dominant in her category in the 87s.
Nope, here she is.
Yeah, could happen again.
45 seconds later, she's coming back out. 130.
Yeah, well, I imagine she's tripling those sorts of weights in training normally.
Yeah, I mean, we saw her make 140 in the training hall, so. She wears that belt very low.
Yes. It almost looks like she clipped it on the last attempt.
Yeah.
Oh, she had to fight so...
Oh my gosh.
Did she hurt her?
I think it doesn't... It's hard to say.
No,
she hurt her elbow.
walking off like she didn't, but she bailed on it like she did hurt it.
Unexpected. No one saw this coming. 2 misses. She may have tweaked that elbow. It looked pretty rough. She was...
Did you see how... You could see on her face, that bar was... She was going to lose it behind, and she fought so hard there.
I'm not sure if she's...
To try and pull it back.
I'm not sure if she's hiding how hurt she is. She definitely dropped her arms down quickly as though there was some pain. You know,
she's playing around with it there.
The bar was moving around a lot. You know, you can have a minor bit of a stretch in the elbow or one of the tendons in the elbow, and that can be really painful, or it could run into the wrist. But that is shocking to see Lee Wenwen miss 2 snatches in a row. She's got 130 on the bar. She is the lifter.
Yeah,
Park has asked her 31.
Yeah.
Lee Wenwen is in a very dangerous position right now. We don't know the condition of her elbow or the condition of her arm.
The last time Lee Wenwen didn't win every single gold was 4 years ago at the World Cup in 2019. Since then, she's only won golds in snatch and clean and jerk in total. Potentially until today.
Clock is still running. She's at a minute left now.
She might not come out because...
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it looks like she may have just...
see it.
That's it.
Someone from China there was running. I mean, we've mentioned this before. Lee Wenwen is so valuable to China.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah, she's withdrawn.
Wow. What an incredible... What an upset.
Lee Wenwen pulled out Park Hye-jeong, probably a world champion.
Yeah, I mean...
The junior. Well, we'll see what happens in the clean and jerk, but...
And with a massive jump here to 131.
I bet she's wishing she never took the jump to 31.
She might not even take it, though.
Oh, she's walking away?
She's walking back. There's no reason for her to take that at all.
What is happening?
This is wild.
What a odyssey this all is.
Yep, I think they're scratching the third.
I mean...
That's a smart move. If she scratches the third, it would be a smart move. It's conservative. There's no reason to take a lift that doesn't further you, and she has no competition here.
They haven't officially withdrawn, but they almost certainly have done. Very, very bizarre stuff. I mean, just to go back to Lee Wenwen, she's so valuable to China because she is arguably, across all sport, she is China's most guaranteed gold medal at the Olympics. And the amount of money that a nation, particularly one like China, spends per gold medal is millions. And so the last thing they want to do is injure that athlete who might get that gold medal, because she's so far ahead, really. And so right now, you know, if there's any chance she's going to get hurt, just get her out. Don't do it. Don't risk it, because they need her in tip-top shape. They don't even need her in tip-top shape. They need her in 85% shape by the time the Olympics comes around.
You know what?
Did Park Hye-jeong just dip out the back there?
Well, yeah,
like
she didn't actually. I don't think they officially scratched, so it looks like a miss. But she didn't even take that.
But just on, I just saw in the back room, she just opened a door, a little side door, and dipped out.
Maybe wanted to get a smoke. An interesting point you make about Lee Wenwen. Here's the question, though. All of that is true up until right now.
No, there's no way.
Does she?
No.
If she's hurt, if she did hurt herself potentially there, I mean, she has a year. She has plenty of time to recover and build that strength back, but that just adds maybe a touch of doubt. What an interesting scenario.
Yeah.
And so odd that she would miss 130 2 times after what we saw in the training hall at 140.
Yeah. I mean, it was just a fluky, freaky. You know, I almost wonder if, and this doesn't excuse it, and it doesn't bode well in many ways for her, but I wonder if Park Hye-jeong saying, all right, I'll just open up after, I'll hit my third attempt after you've opened, put a certain amount of pressure on her opening attempt to be like, you know, I got someone who's actually going to force me to make some lifts here.
I mean, none of these scenarios are scenarios that are very good.
They're
because
not good,
if she can't handle the pressure of another athlete potentially beating her,
yeah,
they found a weakness, and it's just such an unusual thing. I don't think any of us expected Lee Wenwen to essentially bomb out here, to miss 2 and then withdraw.
I mean, who are you going to put your money on?
Getting injured.
Liang Xiaomei in the 81s or Lee Wenwen in the supers?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to go with Lee Wenwen. I think she has plenty of time to recover. Any kind of injury she'd heal from. She's so capable. Even if she had opened at 122, 124, she would still be able to win on the opening clean and jerk. She's so strong. The question now, though, is, you know, what happened? What kind of scenario is she looking at going forward? Does this put a little bit of doubt into her sure thing going into the Olympics? And why? Why was 130 so tough there?
Well, you know, and then there were 7.
Wow.
Down to just 7 lifters in this session. Emily Campbell's out, and Lee Wenwen will not be taking a clean and jerk.
No.
Not after that.